All right, it is the what are we? We're in the 2024 Summer Major, and where have I been? Where have I been? I'm on the road, so I'm on the road. I've had internet connection problems, all kinds of stuff. So here we are. I have zero practice. Haven't looked at the holes. Haven't scouted them. Haven't done anything. I am a slacker, absolute slacker this week. But I figure if I want to have any chance of playing this weekend, where I can actually take some notes, I might as well just go out there and play. So my plan today is just to go play it. I have nothing. I have no notes. I don't even have anything written down, nothing. So I'm just going to go play it like it's one-on-one and try and remember. Hopefully I can qualify to make it to the weekend round. So what do we got? What's at the top? What do we got to go for? We don't have anything at the top yet. What track are they on? They're on the... They picked one up early. So thinking 12, 13, 14, 26. As long as we shoot, I'm figuring as long as we shoot more than minimum or better, we probably got a shot at it. All right, hole number one. All right, hole number uno. Yeah, there's a bunch of different ways to play this. You know, you can play it over here and lay it up, and then you've got a shot coming to the cup. You can lay it up right here, and you got a shot going to the cup. And if you're doing this shot, and depending on which way the wind's blowing, there's a beautiful rough bump you can do right here. Especially with, I looked at the thing, and I believe this is the original pin placements, and I like the original pin placements on the Oasis much better than the new ones. But there is a nice little rough bump. And if you're out in this area, you can bring it around this way as well. There's several shots. A lot of times I would try and go to try and make it over, and you end up out here in the rough, and if you've got a Nirvana, you can easily make it, either doing the rough bump or you can try and bring it around and just lay it up. The other way you can go is there's a max overpower hook shot you can do from here, trying to bring it around, trying to get yourself over into this area right here. I'm going to try just a max top spin. I'm going for this area, but I'm not going to bring out anything. I think maybe if you brought out a 5-power ball, you could probably get over there. I don't know if I really want to waste a 5-power ball. I'm going to bring out a 3-power ball, and we'll just see what we can do. We're going to go have fun. I'm going to see what I don't know that I've really played the Oasis since I got that APOC 7, so we'll see what the deal is. I know a 3-side spin ball would work better. Maybe. And I do have a few. I do. Can we check that? What do I have? What do I have selected right now as far as my... All right. Let's just bring out a Titan. I'll just bring out a Titan. If you can't get it done with the Titan, you can't get it done. It's the king of balls. Come on. Here we go. Here we go. Let's make sure we're recording before we get out there. All right. All right. Hole number uno. Hole one. The thing about hitting it, just laying it up over to the left, or hitting it pretty much from the tee box, it's like straight across. It's tricky to get over there, and if you screw up out in here, you're in big trouble. Big trouble. Yeah, I chose that ball like how many times? How many times would you like me to choose it? Man, oh man. I'm going to leave the wind in. I'm going to aim right towards that. I'm actually going to try and curl it over around and come out over in this area. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Isn't it perfect? Perfecto. Perfecto. I've done that shot so many times with a Marlin, and there's no way you're going to make it over with a Marlin. But from the rough, if you're in the rough over there, the thing about hitting it over on this side is that if you screw up anywhere out here, you're in trouble. And it can be, you gotta ride close here, and you're close on the other side. And so any mistake, you could be in trouble. Like it's not that it's, some impossible feat to end up over there, but if you end up in trouble, you're in trouble. But that right there is perfecto. All right, I don't know. I have a calculator set up. I don't have anything. What a freaking rookie. If I can get my calculator even going. All right. Oh, thanks for putting the sign right where we do the rough bump. Boy, that's peachy. These guys are such dicks. 1.1 times 3.2 divided by, where am I at in my club? I'm pretty close to max, which is 1.7. I'm not quite right at the hole, and I'm way deep in here. I got to fix that because that's dangerous. It is 2.07 rings. And a grate with 0 time left on the clock. Woo! Look at that. Blind squirrel finds the nut. I cannot believe that they put that sign there. Is that not the cheesiest stuff that you've ever seen? I mean, come on. Come on, Playdemic. Really? I don't know that I've ever found a company that hates their customers as much as Playdemic. I mean, come on. Come on. Get real. That right there is going to light me up, because I know that that we're back on courses where we're going to run into signs on every freaking hole that are like right dead center in the way. Like that right there is the stupidest sign ever. You want to put those signs up around the back of it? I mean, I am blown away. I mean, I'm just blown away that, like, they're in a corporate environment, and like nobody went, wow, this is kind of cheesy, isn't it? Like nobody said that. It made it through all of that, and nobody went, wow, isn't this kind of stupid for the game? Like, do we really hate our customers that much? I mean, come on. That's that kind of shit right there that makes me not want to play the game. I mean, come on. Am I the only one? I mean, if I'm the only one, just like, I guess don't leave me a comment on it. But if you feel the same way, leave me a comment. All right, we got a bunch of ways to play this. In the new pin placement, you really kind of want to play it this direction. But in the old pin placement, you can play here. You can play off the island. I think I am going to play off the island. I'm going to try and lay it up right here. I haven't had a lot of success trying to hit it over from the island, where you're bouncing off, going from the island, and then trying to get over to the other side, because this side over here is like this. And you can see the ridge. And so you're coming at it at an angle. And there's a ridge that runs right along the deal, and everything's falling off on this side, and everything's falling off on this side. And so if the curvature of your shot was going exactly like this, you might be able to ride the top of the ridge, but you're always coming at this at some kind of an angle. So you're going off on it like this, you're going off on it like this, and it wants to just roll off. And it's so easy to get caught up in the rough. You can make it from over here. But, I mean, would you rather take a shot from the rough over here, or would you rather be right here and take a shot? Because here there is a rough bump that you can do. I'm looking at this picture, and man, that looks like the new pin placement, not the old pin placement. We'll find out the hard way. I think you can do this with a 3-power ball. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure. I know a lot of these holes, if I remember correctly, there is like a 10% adjustment on the drive. So I am going to do a 10% adjustment on the drive. I'm not 100% sure that's right, but that's what I'm doing. And they got a white ball, and they can get over there with the overpower. So 3-power ball, you can easily get over. You can see that what I'm talking about on that ridge. It's kind of hard to... The picture, the 2D picture, shows you the bumps that are on the ridge, but when they get down here on the ground, man, that thing is definitely got some movement. And you're trying to go from this spot to this spot, so you're definitely going to have this kind of movement. If you don't quite make it, it'll roll off to the right. It'll hit and bleed off to the right. I don't think that shot's going to work out. Yeah. That is not good. That is what we call in the business, no bueno. No bueno. Divided by 1.2. 3.5 rings. Let's pull back a little from the red line. Give myself a little room for maneuver. I'm going to do 4 backspin. And I'm going to do 3 3/4. It is 3.48 rings. There's 3/5. And I'm going to lean just a little. Hitting it perfect. El perfecto. Wow, that took a really... That's because where I hit up there on the front of that, it's like this. And I was trying to hit up here at the top, but I hit over here, and that's why I took that first bounce was really high. Let's turn my grid on. That might be helpful. Maybe. The old test pattern. Yeah, you do not want to get in trouble. The main thing you got to remember about Oasis is brutal. I mean, it will definitely eat your lunch. So you gotta make sure that if you're going to do shots, you're at least keeping minimum square mind. You want to put yourself in a position to make the next shot, but you don't. Let's see if I have do I have enough distance? I do. And it really does seem like the new pin placement. Once again, Playdemic has helped us out by giving us an awesome sign right in the middle of where we're trying to go. I'm going to do 10% again, so 3/3. If I can get lined up. There's the 3. And there's the 3. And there's another great. Great. That does seem like the new pin placement. I could have swore that I did not see anything on there about the new pin placement. As soon as we get done with this hole, let's go check, because that's definitely the new pin placement, because I could have swore the original pin placement was over here. But it did seem like on the first hole that we were in the old pin placement. Maybe I'm wrong. I probably am. I don't like to pay attention very often because he charges too much. See if my opponent can get where they want. They need to get in the hole. That close to catching it, to getting their shot back. Man, I don't even want to say anything to them because you know they're feeling it. All right. And that was with a little bit of headwind at 3-power ball work. So anytime we can get away with not having to bring out a bigger power ball, a big power ball, a special ball, is good. Continue. Let's go look. I went here and looked. Summer Major. The annual Summer Major is right around the corner. Pack your shorts and shades because we're heading off to the sunny beaches of the Oasis. I'll be teeing off in the sun. Just be careful of those bunkers. The sand is coarse and it gets area. Practice starts. I mean, they don't say anything about the new, what pin placement is. So I assumed that it was going to be on the original one. But man, that pin placement right there looked like the new pin placement, not the old pin placement. Once again, I'm probably wrong. All right, where were we? I have no idea. I thought I could have swore that it was on the first ones, but maybe I was wrong on that hole. Hole number 3, what is hole number 3? Hole number 3. All right, this hole's changed so many times, I'm not exactly sure It's changed up in this area from original. For a long time we hit off the island, but I don't think hitting off the island is a good thing to do anymore. You can come around this way, and this shot really hasn't changed other than this tree at some time. They must have had a big storm here, because this tree used to leave a shadow on this side, and it was straight, and it must have got kind of bent over just from heavy winds. So now there is a rough bump that you can do right in here to go straight to the cup. But the last few times I've done this rough bump, this is a dangerous rough bump. What's Tommy say? I've always done 10%, but I'm not so sure that that's right. Let's see. I don't think we need. I think it's important to have a side spin ball, if I remember correctly. Let's try it with that. What do we got? What? I think this might be. It might be in Grizzly. We'll find out. This wind right here is bad, because if we get our wind adjustment wrong in this wind, we're either going to get stuck in the sand or we're going to miss the rough entirely. And I'm betting on get stuck in the sand because we'll over pull it. I almost feel like hedging my bet and just doing a 5%. If we can find an opponent and we got some kind of rogue. Here we go. Rogue goes first. Let's really watch what they do and see what kind of deal it is. So they've got a navigator with their Goliath. And their Goliath's around 1.8 per ring. So we're talking about a ring and a third. Let's see what they pull it. A ring. They pulled it 1 ring. Well, maybe they're in mid-club. If they were in mid-club, it would be 2.1, and they would have actually taken a little bit of wind off. Perfect. Perfect. That was pretty close. Man, that was close. I'm gonna just do it straight up, wherever I'm at in my club. Where am I at in my club? There's max. There's min. There's mid. So I'm in the 1 per ring range. Let's get where we can see. Yeah, 1 per ring, 2.6 rings. Let's get lined up with the wind. That might help. Oh. Have I hit anything perfect today? Perfect would have been super close. And that was just at mid-club. So mid-club is 1 per ring. And I hit it. And I pulled 1 per ring. So with the spin that I had on there, I easily could have. I was not quite in mid. If I would have brought out like a Quasar or a Navigator, I would have been right at mid club. And I didn't really need the spin, so that would have worked. It would have. I would say Navigator. A +0 variable at mid club. Try that out. See where that puts you. All right, hole number 4. Hole number 4. All right. I love this hole, but you got to be in the right spot. There is a beautiful rough bump that you can do right here, but you have to be in the right spot. And I played this hole for years with my Guardian. And if you're playing this hole in one-on-one, and I don't think Oasis is from the rookie tees. I don't think you can play it right now. But if you get down in here and you bring a Guardian, you can do that rough bump. But if you bring a sniper, especially if you got like a low power ball, your red line's too far back. You'll have to bounce it over. If you end up short and you've got your Guardian, you can barely make it from here to get over. But a sniper works a little bit better. I really would like to do the rough bump. And with the 3 Powerball, I think I should have the distance to get up here, but you got to get down in here. And this is one of those holes that these little moguls down here, you can catch a slide and everything's going good, and then you catch that slide and then you end up in the rough, and it's bad. It could be bad. I think you can recover. I think you can. Maybe. All right. We will just take the bag that we have, and that wind's going to be almost due side wind on the second shot, but it's definitely going to be headwind on the first shot. What I should have brought, what I could bring, what I still could bring to hedge my bets is to bring my Cataclysm, because it hits far and it has a good ball guide. We'll have to see. You can play this hole with a lower power ball, and you can bounce off, like if you're not down there far enough, you can bounce off the island and then bounce over to the green. And there's a second bounce rough bump that you can do if you do that. But if you bring out a bigger ball, you can go right to the green and do a rough bump if you're in the right spot. That's a big if. And the thing is, Cheese Dick Playdemic put those freaking signs right down there at the bottom, right where we're actually trying to go. I don't know which employee did that, but whoever it was, they definitely weren't. They're definitely not players. Anytime you ever hear Playdemic, people go, well, we play the game too. That's bullshit. Hitting it great. Have I hit anything perfect yet? There's the slide. And you really want to get all the way down there to the bottom so that you can really see that we're playing Golf Clash, because nobody really knew that we were. And I mean, the only way you'd know you're playing Golf Clash is if you got all the way down there so that you could see it. And I'm going to be short. I should have switched up and put in my Cataclysm. What was I thinking? I talked about it and then I forgot to do it because I was so pissed off for seeing those signs down there. We're going to see that on a bunch of these Oasis holes. Put signs right in the middle of the spot. Like, come on. Like those signs that are down there by the green. Not that those are in our way, but I mean, come on. Yeah. We forgot what game. I mean, really, like who was in the meeting the first time somebody suggested this and everybody in the room went, wow, that's the greatest idea since sliced bread. Man. That will revolutionize the game right there. Yeah, my Cataclysm would have made it. It would have. That's funny. That's funny. I'm going to do... Man... I'm going to just do 3-7. I'm going to do a full pull even though I'm not at max. There's 3-7. My screen's a little sticky. And another great. And another great. Switch styluses and see if this stylus is working better. My other stylus for some reason is like, I just cleaned my screen off, so it might have had some residue from the cleaner on there, and my other stylus is picking it up. The carbon fiber stylus, anybody using those, don't use the rubber ones. Those things are worthless, and they'll wear you out because they constantly stick to the screen and they make your wrist sore. It's like the whole carpal tunnel thing going. It's a draw. All right, back to the drawing board. Hole number 5. Oh my gosh. The Oasis used to be in tour, way back in the day it was in Tour 9. And it took me forever to get out of Tour 9. And this hole right here was my nemesis. It seemed like half the freaking shootouts I got was this hole. And this is the new pin placement. The old pin placement is right here, and I love the old pin placement. There's a great rough bump shot, but this rough bump shot here blows. I'm not even sure what club. This will be the one hole I'm going to practice. So let me set up a couple bags with a couple different things in them, just to find out what the deal is. Goes on. Let's take this bag right here. Let's take this bag and let's put a rocket in it. And let's put a Guardian in it. This bag, my Thor's hammer has lots of backspin. I'm not sure whether it's, I'm sure it takes I think it takes a wood, but if you want to get up there and actually drive the green, it might just take a driver. Let's buy ourselves some katanas. Selected. All right. I have no idea how to play this. I know that there is a rough bump over there, but it is rough. So I'm just going to try and get past this hole, and then I will go back and watch some video to see how to play it. I should practice it once. I'm not going to practice very many of these holes, but this is definitely a hole where if you're going to screw up, this is definitely a hole you're going to screw up on. The fish par 3. The fish hole. I don't know what everybody else calls it, but to me this is the fish hole. I guess we are on the new pins. Or are they mixed and matched? I haven't played the Oasis in a long time, so it seemed to me on the first hole that was the old pin placement, but I'm probably wrong. It's sniper. This might be one of those spots for a Guardian and a backspin boost ball. I seemed dangerously close to clipping that. It did to me. Are we practicing? Nice on. Let's make sure we're practicing before I screw around here. Practice. Yes, okay. Yeah, we're in the club the whole way. Now there is a rough bump here. Of course, some dweeb from Playdemic put the sign out there. Let's see if we can actually get this done. Are we right next to the sign? We are right next to the sign. So that was max backspin. What do I got on there for spin? 1 1/4, 1 1/3, right at the quarter of the sign. Okay. And I'm more towards mid club, but I think we were hitting a max. From the other spot, from the old spot, it seemed like it was max plus like 15, so I'm going to add 10% onto the wind, and whatever that is, that's what I'm pulling. And we'll see if we can get this done. We'll see. Is right at the hole. 3.6 rings. Here's 3, 6. We'll see if we tag the sign. Isn't it perfect? Pretty close. Not sure if that was an underpull. Times the wind divided by 1 plus 0.2. That's what we're going to do. All right, let's play it. Let's play the same exact thing we did right there and see if we can get a little bit better result. And hopefully we hit it perfect, because if we hit it great to the left, I am sure it's going to tag that sign. I'm sure. Yeah. I have no idea what they did right there. They pulled it this direction, but the wind's blowing from this direction. And they're right. They skirted the sign. And the thing is, I don't think you can roll underneath of the sign and get the thing. If you hit the, there's, even though it looks like you can see underneath the sign, it's actually, all right, 3.6 rings. Seems familiar. 3, 6. Oh, I forgot to add on the plus 0.2. And I hit it great to the left, which will put me behind the sign. Wow, I can't believe I missed the sign. All right, we made it past this hole. The whole deal is that rough bump, I feel like, is a better way to go, but we've got backspin boost balls out there now, and you could get out there with your Guardian and you could try and backspin boost it. Your Guardian probably, even with 100, doesn't have enough to like stick it, but with the backspin boost ball, like what my opponent had, that would have been really well played with a Guardian. Maybe even with a sniper, because you got better ball guide, you could see your tail. And with the extra boost, it's going to get you over 100. It could be good. Could be. Could be. We'll just count it as we made it past that hole and we didn't drop a shot. Let's just count it like that. Although I will tell you, in the old pin placement, every time I come to this hole, I am thinking hole in one. I haven't quite got myself to that point with the new pin placements. Hole number 6. All right. This is the bounce hole, but with the new pin placement, you're actually better served to try and get here, because you have a better angle to try and go for it than you do if you're over here. The original pin placement, you really kind of want to be over here, because if you're over here, you really don't have a look at it. I think you can get, I'm not sure if there, I think there, for some reason, I think there is a rough bump you can do if you get to the right area here. But this is another dangerous ass hole if you do not end up down in this area. And it's almost, I think you have to do a blind curl shot where you're pointing out from the tee box you know, you're trying to get to this area, so obviously you're going to have to bring the ball around this curve to get it over there. So it's a topspin issue. You can run more topspin than what you've got room to run. So we'll have to, it would be better in a practice, I'm going to count this as a practice round just so I can get some time out on the course. I would count it, it's better to end up in the fairway and not get the distance and then have to come back the next time and get your distance right, and than it is to overshoot it. So I'm saying right now I'm going to try and play it conservative, and then I'll get out there on the course and it'll end up going to crap. So we'll see. We will see. The main thing is just stay in the fairway. I gotta repeat that to myself. That'll be the mantra. Stay in the fairway. Stay in the fairway. I know if you're doing that bounce, diddy, bounce, diddy, bounce deal, on that side there is like a 10% adjustment. 10 or 20. I think it might be a 20% adjustment.
After y'all leave, you know what's going right here?
Let's put some curl to bring it back to the fairway. And a perfect. That might be too much topspin. I was, for some reason I was thinking 3, but I think I put 4 on it. That might be pushing my luck. That is just right. I think I would have rather been more to the right than where I'm at, because that tree might be in my way. Now if you're hitting the bounce, diddy, bounce, diddy, bounce, I'm almost positive there's like a 20% adjustment here. And if you don't get that right, you can see where their second bounce is. If you don't get that adjustment right, that second bounce is bam, right in the rough. Perfect. Let's see if they got their adjustment right. Bounce number 1, bounce number 2. Nice. Nice. Perfecto. El perfecto. I have no clue what to do here. And there is definitely not a rough bump shot from here. Is there? There might be. Could be. Playdemic. Nice of them to put that sign in our way. 3.6. 3.96 rings. And a great. Because why not? And I missed the rough. All right. I'm going to have to look at that. I did a 10% on that at max. And I overpulled it. Did I overpull it? I must have overpulled it. How did that work? I'm going to have to go back and see what I did there. This is one of many reasons why it's so important to record your own video. Because you can go back and watch the replay on it, but you can really watch the replay when you've recorded your own video. That'll work. That'll work. That will work, my friend. I've got a sign to go through. Thank you, Playdemic. Yeah. Nothing like a sign. Nothing like it. Because why would it not be right if we didn't have a sign? Woo! In the hole. Look at that. Recovered with a dunk. Because the freaking sign was in my way. That works. That works. That works for me. So work for you? Woo! Recovered. The whole sign thing is just so amazing to me. And the fact that they put them in play is what is just like even cracks me up even more. Like shrubs aren't in play, but the signs are. Like, what kind of deal is that? What kind of deal? What's up? All right, hold on. I'll be right back. All right, where was I? Mother Nature was calling. Hole number 7. Man, I escaped. I dodged a bullet right there. Dodged the bullet. And made it over the sign. Man, this is another rough freaking par 3. In Rookie, there is a rough bump that you can do right in this area. I'm not so sure from this rough bump I think in this area worked better for the old spot, but I think actually now there's a rough bump right here to come over. And it seems like there is a ball issue as far as like red line. Let's see. This can be a super dangerous hole. If I can't get into this spot right off the bat, I'll just take this shot and just get on the green and we'll take a look at it. Let's think here. Let's think. That is a dangerous proposition right there, thinking. I have no clue what ball to bring. It almost seems like you have to bring a bigger ball just to get up into the area. Let me take out that Nirvana and put in a Titan just in case I can. Just in case I can get there with a Katana, excuse me, Katana. I'm either going to take that bag or that bag. We'll see. We shall see. I don't actually... This green is another one of those rough... There's a couple of these par 3s that are... It's not that you can't get a hole-in-one on, but they're not like, they don't lend themselves to getting a hole-in-one. It does seem like if you bring out big enough stuff, where can they get with their sniper? Pull it up there, buddy. Let's see where you can get to. I'm just wondering if I can get into that area, because that's the area. But I don't know if the sniper's got enough oomph with a 3-power ball to get there. I don't think it does. It might. I could be wrong. I probably am. I am half the time, so... Nice. Nice. You're right in the red line with a 3-power ball. Right in it. I'm going to do 3.3 rings. I'm going to add on 10. There's 3. Let's see if we can hit one shot perfect. No, that was 2 rings great to the left. That was not only was that not perfect, that was really not perfect. Don't go in the rough. That area right there might work though. That might not be too bad. You just don't want to hit it 2 rings great. I'm sitting at a table that's not the right height that I normally play at, so I'm having to bend over to like look at the thing. I usually have my tablet at like a 20-30 degree angle, and here I got it, and it's all jacked up. And the table's lower than my normal playing surface. Any excuse will work. Come on. Perfecto. I know before I came on this trip, I couldn't find my computer glasses. And I'm sitting in front of a computer all day, and I am suffering. And my computer glasses are my golf class glasses. And I am suffering. Okay, hole number 8. Hole number 8. All right. Now, I like to come from over here and bring it around and try and end up here, like right in front of those shadows. You can't hit it too far here, but you really don't need to hit it all the way to the front, I don't think, in order to get. I'll have to see what the angle is here. This area right here, there is once again, there's a rough bump that we can do to get to the cup. You can go straight at it, and the new pin placement's a little bit farther back than the old pin placement. So this hole right here is one of those holes that I learned a valuable lesson. I was watching my opponent one day. I was setting my shot up because it really likes to be like 3 rings. I'll have to look. Either I was setting it up at 2 and my opponent set it up at 3, or I was setting it up at 3 and my opponent set it up at 2, but I kept getting an irregular bounce. And I watched my opponent play, and they were 1 ring closer to the fringe, and theirs was beautiful, went right in the hole. But mine kept taking an irregular bounce, so I moved up to where they were at, set my shot up the same way, and bam, went right in the hole. It seemed like this was one of those holes that we were doing like a +10, +0.1, something in that neighborhood. We will see. The main thing is, this is definitely 1 shot at a time, getting into this spot. It can be quite the effort to get over here. And so you do have a great shot from here, and it doesn't take that much effort to get over here. If you've got, with like a 3 power ball, you can set your extra mile up here and be 2 rings off of this, and your ball guide's going to be going right along this transition. If you put just a little bit of curl, the only place it can go is in the middle. You can give yourself a 1 ring grate to the left or the right. Now, the way I've been playing with the 2 ring grates, I might be in some trouble, but we will find out. We will. We shall. 1.1 times the wind divided by 1.2. All right. The blind squirrel. Let's see if a blind squirrel can find the net here. If I can make it through this round so that I can actually go back and watch some of my previous videos on the Oasis and see, like, really tighten my notes up. Plus, I can go back and watch this one and see what I did. Or I suppose I could go buy somebody's notes and pay money for them. Or I could just play the game. Seems pretty novel. I'm going to do just 4. I don't need to get all the way out there to the end. And it is 2.5, 2.3 rings. Well, let's move the ball guide, not the ring set. 2.3. And I don't need to lean very much, but I need to lean a little. Wow. I can hit perfect. Woo! Look at that. I hit perfect. And that should be just fine. Just fine. If I remember correctly, we're in... I think we are in long iron here. But I could be wrong on that too. No, we're in short iron. So I'm going to be on my thorn. And we will see. I cannot remember what the adjustment is. But I know there was one. Being in that shadow, I think that's like the perfect angle. Could be wrong on that too, but it seems like that is the spot. We're pretty close, both of us. Do I have enough topspin with this club? No. Hell no. That would be way too easy. Way. .3.1. Where am I at in club? I'm in like mid club. Divided by 2.3. 1.5 rings. If I did it straight up, 1.5. and a grate. Of course, because why could we do this shot without hitting a grate? I think that this would be better served with like a Hornet, because I'm sure that my Hornet was able to get there with topspin. Which doesn't seem right, because I don't think the... I'm going to have to go look right here, because I've done that. Well, maybe you could do the rough bump from the old pin placement, but you couldn't do the rough bump from the new. We will go see. And that was a long ways from max. So, like if you wanted to lay up back there and take it with a long iron, that's probably not... definitely a smaller ball. I'm not so sure with the new pin placement, but the old pin placement, man, this was, and I do have some video out there on this hole where we had figured this hole out, and we're able to make it almost as good as the original pin placement, or we were really getting some shots to sink. Let me go look. As soon as I get out of this hole, let's go look real quick at topspin. For some reason, I was thinking that the Thorn and the Hornet were pretty close. I was thinking. Thorn, Hornet. Hornet's got 80. Yeah, that extra 20 was what I needed right there. So Hornet is probably a better club on that shot. You could bring a runner. The ball guide's not going to really matter as much, and you would definitely have enough topspin. But I've done that shot with a Hornet, and I know that works. So that shot would definitely probably be better with a Hornet if you wanted to do the rough bump. Hole number 9. All right. Every single time, I will tell you, if you see somebody, especially when you're playing one-on-one, if you see somebody shooting out to this area over here, they just give you a free shot. Because I don't even know if you bring out a big ball, whether, like, if you were, I don't know that you could get onto the green. Maybe if you were all the way in the front and you brought some monster ball out and you might be able to get over there, but it's not going to happen. Most of the time, if you hit over to this area, you're going to have to lay it up and then go for it. So they give you a free shot to go for this island. I'm going to go for this island every single time. If you land on this island, especially if you're up in the front of this island, there is a shot that you can go on the other side of the trees and go for it, or you can come around this way. I think the last time we were playing this, that if you bring out a really big ball, you can try and get over here, and then you got a great shot. I almost feel like going for that. I think you got to bring out a really big ball in order to do that, though. I believe you do. I believe. Let's see, what do I got? Let's take that ball out, because we know we're not going to use that. Although it would work. Let's bring out a big ball. And let's see if we really need to bring out that big ball. Let's select it. And we're going to go... I'm going to go with this bag. I'm going to go with that bag right there. All right. Let's see if we can pound that ball over to the other side. I don't know that we need a 5-power ball to get over there, but we might as well. Like, what does it take to qualify? 14's at the top. We're at 11. We only picked one up. We did. We did. All right. And we got a headwind, which is definitely helping us. Not. Shouldn't be that big. It may not have that much of an effect on us. We will see. Jeff, 13-17. assuming Jeff is the person in the background. Okay, they got a power 10 ball, so they got a power 5 ball, and you can definitely get over. And it's cutting the wind down, so I think they can definitely get over. Man, that seems like a really killer ball to waste on this hole. And they didn't make it over. Wow, that was like way short. What kind of wind do we got here? 3-3. How far can we make it? Now, if I don't make it over there on that, then that is just not right. I'm going to be 2 rings off. 3-3. I'm going to do 3-6. That's 3 rings. It's 1.2 per ring. There's 3-6. Isn't it perfect? And we'll see if that... Yes. Don't... There you go. There you go. There's one option. Should have a nice long iron shot from there. There is a rough bump that you can do. That's why I brought that Goliath. I knew that the new pin placement, the old pin placement is like right up in this area. But I still think that we still have the shot at it with the Goliath. If it's with the Thorn, we'll go straight at it. And I'm going to take this shot straight up because I have no idea. Ooh, so close. So close. It's got to be Goliath. There's Max. There's Min. So I'm at Min Goliath. The minimum Goliath is 2.7 per ring. So it's 5.1 divided by 2.7 is 1.88 rings. .88 rings. We'll say 1.9. Here's 1.9. And that was 1.88 exactly. Oh, wow. I hit the last shot of the day perfect. Look at that. Almost. Didn't quite pull it enough. Just a little teeny bit more. So maybe a 5%. What would 5% have been? Instead of 1.88, it would have been 1.05 times. It would have been 1.98. So it would have been whatever, wherever you're at in your club, plus 0.1. I'm thinking maybe plus 0.2, maybe 10%, maybe a solid 10%. 10% would have been 207, so that would have been 0.2. That looked at least 0.2. It's a draw. Exit. All right, there you have it. That was my my meager qualifying round with no practice. Just went out there and played it. I did get lucky on hole number 1. Well, I did get lucky because I didn't hit it perfect and it went in, so I did get lucky. There you have it. That's what it looks like for qualifying with your eyes closed, your hand behind your back, and yeah, that's what it looks like. Hopefully everybody has fun this week. I will attempt tomorrow to sit down and take some notes so that I actually go into the opening round with a little bit more on my, because right now my note sheet is absolutely blank. There's nothing on it. So I will try and take some notes and see if that helps. It may help and it may not. There are several, one of the par 3s out there I do like my odds on. I think there's some shots out there that are definitely doable. The par 4s, and we'll see what we can get done. We'll see. We'll see as the week goes on. Have fun. Stay safe, and I will see you next time. If you're not a subscriber, hit subscribe, hit the like button, ring the bell, leave a comment, do all that good stuff, and I will see you later.